everybody. I am Amy. I am a buyer and the offsite sale coordinator here at Schuler Books.
And I am Megan. I am a bookseller, and I've been here for almost 8 years.
Wow.
I know.
We are here today to help you
Prepare your shelf
for books that come out on May 20 tomorrow. So I'm going to start with one that I have been anticipating for a very long time. It's called Sacred Balance by Miriam DePaus Macmillan. It is a very little but mighty book. It is 9 ancient spiritual practices that also help to benefit your mental health. And each chapter is very bite-sized, relatable, accessible. It has the history of the practice and where it came from and how it has been used throughout history, both in and out of faith situations. Mm-hmm. It has a little breakdown of how to do the practice. It has tips for incorporating it into your life. It has a little reflection section after you've tried it. Yeah. And then at the end, it has guides for how you could use this book with a small group, with a Bible study, with your family, with kids or teens. Yeah. This book packs a punch. It is so timely for just where we are right now. And it focuses on being really intentional about connecting with the world, with the universe, with a higher power if you are of a faith persuasion, connecting with other people. And it also happens to be written by my sister, so I'm very excited. And she will be here to do an event with us in June. So pick the book up tomorrow, but then come back in June and meet Miriam.
I'm very excited. My pre-order will be ready for me tomorrow.
Yay!
And I'm excited to use it this summer for myself and for the teens I work with.
Fantastic.
Yes. I might have gotten a little early hints to prepare.
Yeah.
So I am very excited. One of my top fantasy anticipated releases comes out tomorrow, which is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Yes, it was so amazing. She just has a way of writing incredibly atmospheric worlds and magic systems that are so captivating, and I can't stop reading them. And they are more original, but also I'm not super overwhelmed by them. I feel like I can understand them. And in this one, our main character, Sybil, she is a diviner, and her 5 other diviner sisters are pretty much pushed underwater to see visions, and it is very creepy. They even wear these drapes over their eyes and are never allowed to be seen without them. And she sees terrible visions of the future and kind of a hope to prevent them. So as people kind of come forward, she will go underwater to see their vision and try to prevent it. But she can only do it for a certain amount of people. And is there money involved? Maybe. Until one day a knight comes and she kind of makes a maybe underhanded bet with him that she could beat him in a fight, and it doesn't go well. So she has to divine for him, and it does not end well. And after this, all of her diviner sisters start going missing. So her and the knight have to go on this quest to figure out what is happening to them, to find them. And this world was so incredible. There's also a gargoyle sidekick.
Best sidekick ever.
Also, did I think I would get emotional about a gargoyle? Absolutely not, but I did. And so I could not stop reading it. I think I read it in 2 days, which is very fast for me. But yes, it just had the dark kind of gothic atmosphere vibe. There was some romantasy involved, and I cannot wait. It's the first in a duology, and I need book 2.
See, and I didn't know going into it that it was the first in a duology. So just
it is a duology, so prepare yourself that it does end on a cliffhanger.
It does.
I had some choice words that I will not say.
And Rachel Gillig wrote the One Dark Window, Two Twisted
Crowns.
It's very popular. So if you liked those, definitely check this one out.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, another book that I'm excited about that comes out tomorrow is a romance. Shocker. It's a historical romance. Even bigger shocker. It's called Rules for Ruin by Mimi Matthews. It takes place in Victorian London, and it stars a young woman who grew up at the Crinoline Academy, which is this sort of kind of like an orphanage where they train children, and their motto is, I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget, distract, disrupt, and discredit the patriarchy. So they learn some tools and tricks of the trade to sort of distract, disrupt, and discredit the patriarchy. And so she is called back after she's been away from the academy for a little while, because the head of the academy really wants to take down this Viscount who has been shady in the past. So she's going to go in and do her thing. Unfortunately, she butts heads with a young man who works in the St. Giles Rookery, which is like the really poor part of town. And he wants to keep this particular Viscount, who he knows is shady, in power so that people aren't looking as closely at the Rookery, so that he can get some work done to better the lives of the people there. So it's not all, he's not nefarious.
Morally
gray, but it's really to better his community where he grew up, because they are not well off. And so she's trying to undermine the Viscount. He's trying to undermine her. They're just butting heads. It is this nice Gothic setting. I'm only about halfway in, but I love it so much.
Good. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I haven't started it yet because it will be out tomorrow. So I'm picking it up tomorrow. It is a YA contemporary called Let Them Stare. It is by Julie Murphy, who has written intermediate YA adult romance all over the place, and Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye, and also podcasts his own books. But it is about Sully, and they were prepared to go to New York City, get out of their small town, and then their internship completely fell through, and they had sold their car, and they have no money. So they go to a thrift store to kind of sell some of their stuff, and they find this handbag that is like very fancy and could be like at the Met or something. And so they're like, I'm going to get this bag and I'm going to sell it, and it's going to be my ticket to New York City. Except for the bag has a ghost living in it that is a drag queen from the 50s. And they're like, I can't sell this bag with a ghost attached to it. And so they go on this amazing journey with Brad, who is the only other kind of queer person in town, on this adventure to find the history, because what's his name? Rufus is this drag queen ghost. Doesn't remember any of his history. So they're trying to kind of help him move along and leave this purse so they have a ticket to New York City, and kind of figure out who they are. And they learn a lot more of history of their small town and everything. And knowing these two authors, like, I just know it's going to be very fun.
It's going to be hilarious.
And it's going to be hilarious, and it's going to be heartwarming. And the cover is just like a T-Rex holding a handbag, which I think will just be perfect. Yeah. And so it's just going to be so joyful, and I cannot wait.
Awesome. One final little plug. There's a picture book coming out tomorrow by one of our favorites, Jory John, who wrote the Egg? It's the Bad Egg and the Bad Seed, all of those books. There's one coming out called Everything's Wrong. And it's basically like Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Everything for the bear and the hare is going wrong, but they're able to get through it because they have a friend. And it just looks adorable, and the artwork looks adorable. So just one little plug for Everything's Wrong.
I'm glad I have a friend like that.
I know. Will you help me get through the horrible days?
Yeah, friendship.
All right. We hope that you have found something to put on your TBR, and that we have helped you prepare your shelf.
Exactly. I hope you have a great day tomorrow and pick up a great book.
Yeah.